Hey everyone, so I got my transmission back from the shop. Had a repair kit done. It was $300. Had the center shaft bearing and then all new assembly parts in here, except for the gears. And you know, the gears are just left alone. That was the one thing I could not do, was take the gears apart. So my wife took my transmission to a shop. They did it for me. Did a awesome job, phenomenal job. Johnson Automotive at Forsyth, somewhere in that area, Forsyth, Georgia. So need transmission work done, go to them. But anyway, I just cleaned the inside of my transmission the best I could, the housing. And so now I'm about to start piecing her back together so that I can start driving my truck once again. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Excuse the mess of all the spider webs and everything. One thing I'm gonna have to do is bomb the crap out of my truck, because there's wolf spiders all in this shop. So yeah, that'd be like a living nightmare to start working underneath my truck, and then wolf spiders start jumping on me. So me and spiders do not get along. What I'm trying to do right now, these little splines right here, I'm trying to match them up with the splines of the shaft. So, and you have to be careful with this, because later on there's a can't think of the name of it, but there's a little ball bearing and then a little pin that's going to go in there, and then you're going to have to screw that cap back on, nut I guess you should say. So start gliding this puppy on. But before we go any farther, I gotta put some sealant on there. And I didn't record what I done to the housing earlier. I had to remove the gaskets and stuff, you know, get a little flat scraper right here. Just kind of try to get all in the grooves as much as you can possible. Try to get any excess gasket. And so try to shine it all up best I could. Got some cleaner called gunk. I don't know, I just saw parts cleaner and went for it. But right now we're just trying to make sure that the glides and everything connect. And now I gotta remember what I did. Oh, right here with the gasket maker. I bought two of them just in case. Since how I gotta do right here on the other side of the adapter, then I gotta connect this end to the transfer case. Excuse the mess, there's a lot of hay in there, cause when wintertime hit, we had to put a lot of hay in my shop to put animals in the tack room, because their shelter was falling apart from all the rainfall we had. So that's perfect. And when I came out here earlier, the rat that was right there moved his nest inside the old air filter box. I literally heard the rat moving inside my truck, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I just didn't want to take stuff apart, just try to get to the rat. But it's like a never-ending story. So I'm in hurry up mode, trying to get my truck fixed to keep the rats out my truck. It's so annoying. So, see what I can do with this. I don't want to make sure everything goes in perfectly. of course it's want to be a pain. Come on now, you better get your little self in there. There it went, and now it's gliding in. So since that is that, let me go ahead and take it back apart, do the gasket. Go ahead and seal that puppy up. I really gotta clean my shop. This shop is a mess. But I bought it like this. Like when I bought my house and all the land, all the spider webs. I'm just being overpopulated by rodents. You gotta be easy with it. Put it on the adapter plate, I'm sorry. I was thinking of housing and adapter plate all at the same time. You see that little pin, if you can see it? There's like a little pin that kind of holds it in place. So, there we go. Now, let's see if I can clean my hands up the best I can with this dirty towel, you dirty dog. Still smells like brake cleaner or parts cleaner in here. I'm gonna be high later on in the video. Sorry for the constant head turning. I'm really trying to avoid all that. Pop the hole. Now it's go time. Yeah. All right. Got all brand new bearings, input shaft bearing. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. Thank you, Johnson Automotive. Y'all were a blessing. This stuff will be messy in case you're doing this or decide to ever do this. So, would behoove me to just take this off. Make sure there's no... Different RTVs are all different. You got some they'll say let it cure for 24 hours. The one I got said an hour, but I mean, to be honest, it's gonna be dry by the time I get to it. Cuts on my hand really hurt. old gasket on that bolt. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Me, since I've been having my bolts kind of sit up in this shop, I want to try to make sure everything's good. There's old remnants of a gasket right there. You have to check your bolts, or I do anyway. Make sure everything's good. Old gasket. Okay. I am set and ready to go. Spread this around everywhere, even around the bolts, where the bolt holes. When in doubt, wipe it on your clothes. No, I'm just kidding. That's a surefire way to get your wife mad at you. Well, I guess I'll just go this way and then flip it. All right, now. How dare you not cooperate? Stay, don't move. That did not go the way I wanted it to. Tricky part is trying to get this in there in that sleeve, because this little insert right here needs to be in them grooves. Got it in there, but let me make sure it's at an angle. Yep. Is it in those grooves? I think it is. Okay, that is sealed. Oh man, puppy starts getting heavier. The more you piece her together. Okay, now we got that part on. It's now time to put the outer part of the housing on. Now, 3 glides right here. You got 3 holes right there. So, as you can see, I have it all set. I have it finally in there. The only downfall is I do not have a torque stick. I only had to hand tighten them. So even though there's torque specs for these bolts that go through the adapter plate and holds the 2 housings together, I had to do it by hand. So that's the only downfall about it. I don't have anything to torque it down with, like a torque stick, anything like that. So I'm just gonna have to be cautious with it and do it by hand. So, but we're getting there. If y'all ain't ever heard a 4-cylinder Nissan 4x4 truck with a 40 series Flowmaster 1 in 2 out, y'all gonna hear one eventually. Sounds really good. Now, make room so I can lay this puppy down. Excuse me. Curse the hiccups. All right, now lay this puppy down. Hopefully the wood will hold it, but if not, I'll just center it right there. Okay, now I'm gonna be working inside of here, the adapter plate that goes on the input shaft bearing. This bearing right here will be covered. This one will be exposed. There she goes. Don't forget to change out the seal. And it's kind of a butt to get out to. Try starting off with like new one of those pliers and stuff, but eventually you just have to gently try to hammer on the side of it and get it out. Just try to be careful you don't scar the edges. Just take a few minutes to clean it up, make sure everything looks good. You want to make sure the surface is always clean before you just install parts. That goes for anything, whether if you're doing gasket maker or whatever. Just want to make sure the surface is clean, make sure everything's intact. Now, I got two different sizes, but we're gonna go, it matches up with this one, just in case. It's hard plastic on the inside, rubber on the inside, or hard plastic on the outside, and on the inside is rubber. So let's go ahead and seat this bad boy. Let me clean this off some more. Seat this bad boy in there. Gently press all around. Need be, just get the old seal, match it up, and just slowly start getting that seat in. Still got a little bit to go. Okay, should be good now. If you look along here, along that edge, you don't want that lip to stick up too high. And also on the flip side, you also want to make sure that you have it flush all the way around. Go ahead and wipe it down real good before we put the plate on. Input shaft bearing plate, or shaft plate. I should really invest in a new towel. Okay, but before we put this on, we got to put on a snap ring, an O-ring, or not an O-ring, it's not a rubber O-ring, but there's supposed to be a groove right here for this to go on. And it holds it in place. And then snap ring is going to go, there's like this little groove right here. This one is going to match in right there. If you can see it, how it like slides in. And this little snap ring is going to go straight over. But we need it to come out some more. And there we go. Just got that pulled out. Pull on it just in case. Now, I'm going to have to get my snap ring pliers. I can't find my snap ring pliers right now, but in the event my GoPro dies, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know. I need snap ring pliers to open this up. It's a dual setting. You can close them or open them, depending on, I'll have to show you it, but just in case my camera dies, I got to get this snap ring. There's a groove here. Let me just do it like this. See how it went in that groove? Placed it. You got to slide this over. Open up the snap ring. And then it holds it in place. And now the little snap ring is going to go right there. Dang fingers. There you go. And now you're going to have two snap rings holding this in. Next thing I'm going to do, you got the adapter plate. Or the plate. There's going to be a gasket that's going to go on first. I have the gasket. Gasket goes on just like that. And then the plate's going to slide in. And then that'll be that. And I'm at a standstill in a way because the rubber boot right here is all torn up, so I'm going to go buy another one of these. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's for my throwout bearing right here. Oh.